streets, I'm a bad one. Nightmare of your dreams like a black lung. Nowhere left to hide when the ruckus comes. No, I'm not done. I'm not done. I'm moving in with precision. I'm gone metal cold. I hit the target, don't miss them. It never gets old. You don't want to smoke, no. Outlaws doing bad things for the rush. Outlaw, yeah, I'm taking what I want. Look out, oh, I got you on the run. Outlaw doing danger for fun. I got wild blood, I got wild blood. Running through my veins, I won't be tamed. I got wild blood, I got wild blood. You don't wanna mess around.
So, here we are again today. This is the Charles Perry Stalker Podcast. This is Cynthia Ortiz. It is the 28th of January, 2022. And we do the disclaimer, use allegedly. Nobody's been found guilty in a court of law yet. Apply the but-for and reasonable, prudent individual standard. We assert all constitutional rights, especially the First Amendment, held in New York Times Company versus Sullivan and Garrison versus Louisiana. We also assert equal protection rights. We have the right to be protected with domestic violence laws, stalking laws, voyeurism laws, hacking laws, peeping laws, and don't fuck with me laws. So I moved twice to get away from Mr. Perry and his weirdo problem, and didn't tell anybody but a few close friends for 4 years. 2011 till 2014, I did tell people he was stalking me. Not part of your legislative duties. To pull up behind my home and watch me in my backyard, it was creepy. Not part of your legislative duties to show up at restaurants where I was. Well, you should know that I would go there. Or actually, I wasn't there. I had left my phone at home. So if you GPS my phone, you should think I'm at home, unless you have cameras in my house. So we've got a problem with sexual exploitation of women and children, torture, torment, starvation of women and kids. Our witness tells us, Mr. Perry, he says, as long as I've known Charles, he's got a sex weirdo problem. He will put cameras in a woman's home. He's a stalker, a serial stalker. He'll travel and he will not take Jacqueline, his wife, with him. And so, he will travel and not take Jacqueline with him, so nobody knows what he's doing when he's on the road. But he'll troll women. He'll find women who are divorced with kids. He will have a locksmith, the landlord, or a maintenance guy break him in, put cameras in the house, and he broadcasts them all over the dark web. He's a sexual sadist, so he enjoys tormenting women. And then he goes, and I'm quoting, rubs one out. He's a sick motherfucker. Deviant motherfucker. And he'll get these women fired. Then he'll hack them so they can't find a new job. And then he'll have they lose their house. Then he has the ex take the kids away because now they're unfit. I'm glad somebody's finally putting a stop to this. I'm tired of sleeping with one eye opened. So, I don't know how many different times I've needed to say this. I'm not told who your leaks are. I'm not told who your leaks are. I'm not told who leaks are. Sometimes when I'm typed up a recording, I have no idea who it is I'm typing up. I don't know who it is. Don't have a clue. I'm not told that. It's for the protection of the informant. But they control those leaks. You don't. You never have. McNamara email was the first. And today, Mr. Perry went at me again. Who's telling? Is it your family? Wow. What part of I'm not told that do you not get? What part of I don't know do you not get? Listen, when you're in jail, Mr. Perry, I won't be peeped on anymore. There won't be people digging into my bank account anymore. There won't be any more hacking. There won't be any more threat to my safety and well-being anymore. My family won't be threatened anymore. What do you guys do? You call my family up and you have a big meeting. Here's what you got to say to her. Say this, ask her about this, ask her about that. And then when it gets to me, you think, oh, is it your family leaking? I did tell you to stay the fuck away from my family, didn't I? And if you think they leaked or they didn't pull it off right, you're gonna send the EPA to find something to shut them down. Is that what you're doing? It's duly noted for the record in our court, Mr. Perry. I told you to stay the fuck away from my family, didn't I? If you think they're a leak, why are you calling them? David? You guys are something. There's a lot more attention being given to sex trafficking, sexual exploitation, child pornography. Billions of dollars put behind fighting that. Did you not know? You guys are not all there, are you? So, Mr. Perry, your response, asking me again today, is it your family? Sir, that is the inappropriate response for the words just said to you. I just said it like 100 times. I'm not told that. Wouldn't help you if I was. When you're in jail, I will never be broke again. I can have my privacy back. And this thing Charles is typing in my phone last night. We have a witness across the street. Wow. Do you? You got a witness across the street from me? But the whole allegation is that you're stalking me. Right? Hang on.
Hey men, leave women the fuck alone. When they're in public, when they're doing anything, you don't have the right to their attention. You don't have the right to step into their personal space. You
don't have the right to step into my personal space. Wow. Listen, when you do something that's illegal, that means people in all 50 states, a bunch of them. It takes a whole bunch of people to pass a law, Perry. You gotta know that. If you think pulling up behind my house, putting cameras in my home, finding a guy across the street, I have a protected address through the state. How the fuck do you know where I live? You shouldn't care. So we have this guy, my guy tells me, yeah, we just talked to this dude that was like, I've got 3 people in my office that said, how did they even know she was in Manford? We're not stalking her. Aren't the whole allegations about stalking? Stalking is a crime in all 50 states. Guess what? In Oklahoma, it's a felony. So we got deviant behavior. We got criminal deviant behavior. That means people don't like it when you do that, Perry. I'm repeating myself again. You know, most people don't have to be told this at all, much less over and over and over. And your response was highly inappropriate for what was just said to you. That's what our shrink is looking for. Are his responses appropriate for the words just said? Did he understand them? Did he comprehend them? And then respond right, like normal people do? Or has he got a little mental something going on? Senile dementia, Alzheimer's. Why are we saying the same things over and over and over? And these are things most people never have to be told, not even once, much less repeated. I don't know who your leaks are, and I don't care. You know what I care about? I want my privacy back, and I want you to fuck off. And I don't want you to contact my family again. David, Josh, Joe, Charles, and Matt. Stay the fuck away from my family and me. You are not to contact any of us again. This is a legal cease and desist. Again, 3,700 your attorney has. There are 33,000 plus emails from me of me typing up what you just said when you ignored my rights and wishes. I have the right to be protected under the laws in the state where I live. And in all 50 states, it is illegal to stalk, hack, and peep. Get the fuck out of my life, you sick son of a bitch. When you bother me, you get told on. So you get up in this morning, first thing, is it your family? Wow, you asked me that about 100 times yesterday, and what did I tell you? Fuck off. I'm not told that. Your elevator is not going to the top, motherfucker. You need some help. You need some help. I'm repeating myself again today. It has been this way every day for a decade. You're not going to get a date with me. You're not my kind of person. You got to be normal to ride this ride, and you're not. You can't. And I don't repeat myself, ever. So, 2 things right there. You're a turnoff. If you like women, you do things women like. Women don't like being peeped on, weirdo. Do you understand words? Listen to this man.
have the right to them, especially if they're making it very clear they don't want to be talked to, but even when they're not. Unless a woman is giving you enthusiastic and continuous body language and signs that she wants to talk to your ugly dumbass, then leave her the fuck alone. Find a date a different way. Okay? It's not clever. It's not cool. It's not cute. It's garbage. It's absolute garbage behavior. And you're a garbage person if you do it. I don't care if it's in public. It doesn't fucking matter. You don't have the right to her. And you need to leave her alone. And this is Bacon.
That's okay. I don't care.
Leave me alone.
All you want.
I don't want proof of this. Please leave me alone.
Hey, man.
That guy had to be told 6 times, leave me alone, leave me alone, leave me alone. And what did he say? Why are you dressed like a prostitute? God, were you asked what you think? I don't think you were. What you were asked to do is leave her the fuck alone. So you're just as nutty as that guy, Perry. I got a witness across the street from you. Wow, you're not supposed to know where across the street from me is. So my guy's like, yeah, we got these people, this guy that says, I got 3 people in my office that said, how did they even know she was in Manford? I didn't know. I'm not stalking her. The allegations are stalking. So how did they know that's where she was? We didn't know. Don't care either. Why does he? I left. You're a reject for 10 years. That's it. That's the best you'll ever be. I said, leave me the fuck alone. Leave me the fuck alone. Let me tell you how I am. I think I mentioned that I had a little, thing with Eddie Madrid, his parents owned that Madrid bail bonds, and he rejected me, and I moved on. I didn't put cameras in his house. I didn't get weird with him. I didn't go pull up and watch him. I just moved on. That's what normal people do. It's not hard. If you can't move on, you got something wrong with you. There's a thing called delusional erotomania. These guys have some imaginary a romance with a person that doesn't even like them. Sometimes they don't even know, like John Hinckley Jr. and Jodie Foster, and they'll get dangerous with it. 75% of femicide victims were stalked first. BTK stalked first. Dangerous shit. Deadly shit. We're into preserving life. And if you say you're pro-life, you better fucking stop murdering people, right? Like cops and shit that catch you. I don't know. Don't say you're pro-life if you're a killer. So, here's the way I am. Is that I have a certain standard that I want with the person that I'm going to date. And that person doesn't treat me right, I'm not going to date them. It's just like that. It's just that simple. I have something that I'm looking for in a person that I would want to be with. And is definitely not peeping. Definitely not a criminal. That is criminal activity. Peeping, hacking, calling, today. Is she going to go to a car dealer? We need to get her back to the car dealer. Why do you need to get me back to the car dealer? And how would you, financial matters are protected under the law. 3 people in my office said, how'd they even know she was in Manford? Now he's got a witness across the street. It is stalking that we're alleging, Mr. Perry. Unwanted male attention. So what happens with me and Eddie one time is, I was like 15 years old, and we went on hayride with my youth group, and I was sitting at a table, and there was some brownies sitting there, and he walks up and points to him and give me a brownie. And I looked at him and I was like, whoa. I said, listen, motherfucker, what's going to happen is you get your own fucking brownie and you be a gentleman and ask me if I'd like one too, and then you get me one. How about that? Or you and I are not a thing. Wow, that shocked him. I don't think he was used to that. He's Eddie Madrid. So, that's how I am. I would, had he not gotten me the brownie, had he continued down that road, wouldn't have happened. Anyways, as it turns out, somebody else came along to our school and he changed his mind and wanted her, and that was fine. I moved on. You need to learn how to do that, Perry. It's not hard. You let go and you move on. And then this was not the right thing for me. And looking back, I'm glad it didn't work out. Eddie, turns out, is not the kind of person I'd want to be in an intimate relationship with. All right? You need to learn how to do that. Women are attracted to men who work. You sit on your fat, lazy ass and pervert around all day and make one problem after another. And you've caused a lot of people that hate your guts. A lot of animosity building against you guys. I get that you're some big criminal organization. I get it. You have no idea how many recordings we have of people saying, does she know what she's up against? I do. I don't care. You've never been caught this much in your life. I have help. I can't do it by myself, can I? We control your leaks. We fucking control your leaks. Why can't you get that? And I'm not told who that is, Perry. I'm not told. I don't even care. You know what I care about? Is that you get the fuck out of my life and never contact me again. All you've been asked to do, sir, is leave me the fuck alone. That's it. Get your head out of your ass. There's not a romance here. Stop lying to yourself. Stop bullshitting yourself and stop embarrassing yourself. You have no chance of a date with me ever. You gotta be normal to ride this ride, and I say it one time. I spent a good time of my life in Vegas with very smart people, very progressive people, very intelligent people. I don't have time for you. I don't. I'm not a special ed teacher. I don't know how to communicate to someone who is slow. I don't know how. Everybody has a gift, and there are people that have that gift, that they can sit down with somebody who is developmentally disabled and get through to them and help them understand something and help them progress along. There's also elder care doctors who are trained in helping people with Alzheimer's and senile dementia. I have none of that gift. None of it. I can dragon slay like a motherfucker, and that's what you're seeing happen here. That's what I'm good at. And nobody's done it like I have, right? You've not had anybody do what I do. Come on. What's the truth? When you bother me, you get caught. Like never before in your lives. I'm Chief Hall's granddaughter. I know exactly what I'm doing. I know exactly what I'm up against. And I'm going to tell you something. There are billions of dollars being spent to fight exactly your kind of crime. Sex exploitation of women and children. Human trafficking. Go fuck yourself. You don't know what you're up against. How about that? We control your leaks. You don't control that. You never have. You never have. And you guys get caught over and over and over and over and over. Don't you? Like never before in your lives. 33,000 times I typed up an email that came from represents 33,000 recordings. And that little thing of, she was supposed to be in jail and not able to appeal. We had the judge dismiss her on the 17th. She was supposed to go to her family's house on the 18th. We were going to have somebody take her driver's license. We spent weeks working with her family as to what they were supposed to say to her and not say to her and ask her about. And then they got in her wallet and she didn't even have the money to go. We wanted Manford police to arrest her because she likes Manford. It's gaslighting. The thing is, once the cat's out of the bag running all around, it's out of the bag. You can't get it back. McNamara email, harassment email. He's going to send her home, harass the fuck out of her, and then when she complains about it, he's going to say she's harassing him. That's a lie. That's a fraud, Perry. It's perjury. You're caught. You're fucking caught. How many times did you try to frame me for a murder? If you have to sit down and talk about, here's how we frame her for a murder, then I didn't do it. That's not my thing, killing people. If I had a reason to kill anybody, it would be you. And you don't have a hair on your head harmed. You're fine. So fuck you with that too. You got caught again. Didn't ya? Didn't ya? How many times were you guys told? She already knows you're fucking with her family. She already knows you're fucking with her family. It's not going to work out. She knows you're fucking with her family. She's told you over and over and over and over, leave my family alone. So it's not going to work out. Did it work out? Let me tell you something that I pray every day. There was people. Do you understand that there were people that would see me in the strip club? I'm the fucking prudest one in there. I didn't do drugs. I don't do drugs. I've never even smoked pot. Not my thing. You had to ask me if I'm a cop. I'm the prudest one in there. So I could give a hell of a lap dance, but it wasn't illegal. So what I'm going to tell you something. There was a guy that said, I don't care what that chick's wearing. You can feel God all over her. Something with her. Something is going on with her relationship with God. And there's a scripture that says the plans of the wicked will come to nothing. It also says you reap what you sow. So when you invade my privacy, guess what? You got 40 cops invading yours. But they have a court order to do it, and you don't. You're about to go to prison, and then you won't bother me anymore. So I have no motivation to tell you anything, Perry. I won't ever be broke again when you're in jail. I don't have any motivation. I want my privacy back. I want my family to be left the fuck alone. I want my family to be left the fuck alone. Get away from them. Sick son of a bitch. Get away from my family, all of you. The more you fuck with me and my family, the more your crime gets caught. And this is easy cause and effect that our shrink now says, I don't think they ought to be able to spot the pattern. When they mess with you, they get caught. When they mess with you, they get caught. When they mess with you, they get caught. So I'm pretty sure if I sit them down and I get a bunch of blocks like I do for 6-year-olds, different shapes, different sizes, and I ask them to, I'm going to put them in a pattern, point the pattern out for me. If you fuck with her, you get caught. If you fuck with her family, you get caught. More than ever in your lives. They're not going to be able to pick out the pattern if they can't pick out that by now. Jesus, help you. You're slow mentally. You're very slow. And as many times as I've been able to say, but I told you so, I did say that's what they were doing. She was supposed to be in jail and not able to appeal. I did say you were buying judges, didn't I? Everybody's questioning why there's been so many hearings and I'm not there. These are my lawsuits. I'm supposed to have the burden of proof on me. And I filed all these texts and all these recordings and all these emails that I've collected evidence-wise against you over the years. And you don't let me in the courtroom to say, yes, Judge, you do have jurisdiction because I've got text from Mickey James threatening me. I've got text from David Robertson threatening me. I've got a recording of Pinto soliciting prostitution. Do you want $5,000 to fuck him? No, I don't. He's that gross. Oh, come on, be creeped out for for a few hours and be $5,000 richer. Nope. You can run him politically. Are you wearing a wire? He asked me 3 times if I was wearing a wire. I've got Terry Wagner. Coercion. He was the conduit of coercion, wasn't he? Over and over and over, you're caught. I'm good at what I do. See, people have a thing in their subconscious mind that if you're really good at what you do, you can pull that out and you can tell exactly what they're doing. You can tell exactly what's going on. You can tell I can fuck with you and you wouldn't know I'm fucking with you. That happen more than once. It sends some guy in. First 30 seconds, I'm going to be able to tell, does he work for you and what's he want? Subconscious mind. You sit there and you pull stuff out of people without them realizing that's what you're doing. And they'd go running out, I think I got something, and everybody'd be like, no, she's fucking with you. You had 6 years to find out who's helping me. Did you? Nope. I made sure you didn't. I'm good at what I do. Dragon slaying, Perry. Like you've not seen in your life. And you still get up again today and say, is it your family? Is your family a leak? Is it your family? Like some little monkey. How embarrassing for you. You have to be smart and normal to ride this ride, and you're neither one. You have no control over yourself, Perry. None. It's embarrassing. I'm tired of repeating the same thing. Everyone is. You need to keep up. Get the fuck out of my life. Because when you fuck with me, you get told on. And you get caught. And there's leaks. And there's wiretap orders, and you're fucked. Billions of dollars being spent fighting your kind of crime. Yeah, I know what I'm up against. I don't care. I have help. I have help you can't get to. Not this time. So yeah, the 17th didn't work out. I'm sorry, the 18th. We spent weeks working on that. Did you? Well, you should have sent the memo to Dave and Charles. You better make sure she has the money to go out there. They get into my wallet. It fucks them over every time. They did the same thing with the strip club. Ran off all my customers. If you run off $10,000 of my money, Charles, and come in there with your little $30 of canned food, then you owe me the difference. It's called interference with contract. Tortious interference. There have been 2 lawsuits in the state of Oklahoma on that issue alone. Torchies and strip club in Oklahoma City. Both of them won. You cannot run people's business off. You cannot do it. And if you're in law enforcement, you don't get qualified immunity doing what you're doing to me. You don't get it. You're violating clearly established laws that you knew and should know and all of that today that are in place now. I have the right to my privacy. Don't violate it. When you do, you piss us off. I wouldn't go out with a peeping Tom. Yuck. For millions. You're disgusting, Perry. You're disgusting. You're low-life scumbag disgust. Mike Neely is sitting in jail, and you should be there. And you know that. And I figured that out. Don't ask me. Have 20 people go, are you a cop? And then act like I'm not going to think like one. Who's helping you? Cops. Let's kill him and nobody will suspect a thing. Well, we do, and we did. And that's the other court case you didn't let me testify in. And a reporter told one of our guys, if there was any doubt in our mind before that Charles and Dave and those guys killed Lucky and framed Mike, there's not now. She screamed and yelled and ranted and raved for a year. They're coercing me. They're harassing me. They're tampering. They're trying to force me to change my story. And they're not going to let me testify. For a year. That's all she said. That's all we heard. And sure as shit, they did exactly what she said. So now we know they did it. Because if she had testified and the jury still found him guilty, it'd be different. But they made sure she didn't testify. That means she had his story to tell in that courtroom. That would have been an outcome changer. There's too many of these cases where she wasn't in the courtroom. That's called willful concealment of material facts from the deciding body. And it is perjury, Mr. Perry. You're just dying to go to prison, aren't you? Because you keep fucking with me. And you get caught and caught more than ever in your lives. And you just keep fucking with me. And then you get caught. And then you fuck with me. And then you get caught. And you fuck with me. And you get caught. And you're just not getting it, are you? You're like this fucking Neil guy. I mean, I've never seen anything like it in my entire fucking life. Anybody this retard.
Stop stalking me. Please, I can't live here anymore because you stalked me. That's why I'm here.
Just talk.
Leave me alone.
I will. You talk to me for 2 minutes.
No,
I'll leave you alone.
0 minutes. I don't want to ever talk to you again. I don't ever want to hear your voice, Theo. Please, God bless you, but please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Please stop following me.
You won't call the cops.
Stop. Stop stalking me. Please, I can't live here anymore because you stalked me. That's why I'm here.
Just talk.
Leave me alone.
I will. You talk to me for 2 minutes.
No,
I'll leave you alone.
0 minutes. I don't want to ever talk to you again. I don't ever want to hear your voice, Theo. Please, God bless you, but please leave me alone. Please.
She said no. Look at what a fool he looks like. You aren't any different, Perry. Listen, what you wanted to do is have me, get the judge to dismiss her motion to vacate on fraud and irregularities, 12-1031. Get him to dismiss it. She's going out to her family's the next day. Get her driver's license from her. You guys always want to get my driver's license from me. Duly noted for the record. And by the way, we've said that over and over and over. We've said you're fucking with my family over and over and over. You're caught. Because I told you to leave my family the fuck alone. Stalking, harassment. Those are crimes, Perry. I moved twice to get away from you and not have a conflict. All you had to do is leave me the fuck alone. Then we want her to, then we want to have her go into town. Have her go to the store. Have Manfred get her. She likes Manfred. We gotta fuck that up. We're sick and tired of her defensive Mike. We gotta cause a problem there. Gaslighting. And you got caught. And then he was going to announce right after that. She wasn't supposed to be able to appeal. Duly noted for the record, you intended to impede court proceedings because you don't want anything coming out in those court proceedings that might build a case against you, and that's already being done. In fact, what you do illegally in the civil court cases, sir, is part of your criminal case. Why wouldn't it be? Why the fuck wouldn't it be? You need to learn how to respond appropriately to the words just said to you. I said, don't contact me. Don't invade my privacy. That means financial matters too. You want me to go to the car dealer? This morning, you're talking about that? You want me to go to the car dealer? Why? Why do I need to go to the car dealer, Mr. Perry? I think my car dealer is not your business. I'm protected by privacy laws on any financial matters at all. You break the law, you go to jail. I don't care who you think you are. Nobody's caught your crime more than me. But I have help. I can't do that by myself, can I? There's no way I could do that by myself. And a bunch of us are Christians. We pray the plans of the wicked will come to nothing. God's plans are going to work out. And what you mean for evil is going to be used for our good. So you got into my wallet and I couldn't go. That's that right there. That's what that is. God isn't mocked. You reap what you sow. You invade my privacy. My guys invade yours. And they don't need your permission. They don't give a fuck who you are. Go down to Vegas, walk down the strip, and ask those people if they give a fuck who you are. They don't care. They don't know you. They don't want to know you. They're there to do things with their own families, have fun with their own families, and that's how majority people think. I'm worried about my family. I'm worried about my life. I'm worried about my finances. I'm worried about that. And you go away. Your need for a lie isn't my problem. My safety and my well-being, that's my problem. And you're fucking with it. And I'm fixing to fuck you up. Do you know most people think like that, Mr. Perry? It's not hard to get information because most people think like that. Your little dog catcher role gig over there, no one cares about it. They don't. You don't matter. You only matter to you. You don't matter to anybody else. If you're out campaigning, then you're too busy to bother me, right? My guys can get to you, right? We endorse you. Go. By all means, announce. Run for whatever the fuck you want to run for. It's not relevant to my life at all, except that you'll be busy and you won't have time to bother me. Stay the fuck away from my family, David Robertson. Do not contact my family again. Let me tell you something. When you contact my family, when you harass them, if you leak, I'm going to send the EPA over there to fuck you up. Will you do that again, David? You're going to wish you had not. How many times has your crime been caught? Before you met me and after. I said, leave my family the fuck alone. Didn't I? So, since 2019, when we had the COVID shutdown, I haven't been over there. I haven't. I didn't want to get anybody sick. But now I'm vaccinated. So then I didn't go over there because I didn't want to have you threatening them every time you think it's a leak. Go over there and coach them on what they're supposed to say, what they're supposed to ask me about. And if if she finds out, we're going to hurt her family. They let something slip. So I've stayed away from them, so you can't do that. I'm trying to protect my family. I'm not going to do that anymore. What you're going to do is you stay the fuck away from my family. Because if I know what you just said, David and Charles, you're in a lot of trouble. Somebody's getting that information from somewhere and giving it to me. Maybe it's your own little creepy club. Had nothing to do with my family. You don't know. I don't even know. You're dangerous. They don't let that information out to anybody. Not even me. And I'm not dangerous. So, don't ask me again if it's my family, Perry. Stay the fuck away from them. No one owes you anything. You're in violation of the law. Like 20,000 of them. Bunch of different laws you're breaking. You got money laundering, something going on too? You got drugs? You're running drugs and guns too? See, I'd be very careful when you fuck with me. Because the only thing you get out of that is caught. That's it. Nothing else. You've never gotten anything else. The plans of the wicked will come to nothing. They will gnash their teeth in frustration. God will work out his plans for our lives. And his plans for us are good. Plans to prosper us and never to harm us and to give us hope in the future. That's what it says. What the enemy meant for evil is used for our good. Be not deceived. God isn't mocked. You're reaping what you sow already. You're violating my privacy. They're violating yours. Only they have a court order and you don't. Stay the fuck away from my family. Stay the fuck away from my family. You see this? I recorded this man, Perry, who offered me $5,000 to sleep with you, and I was like, ew, nope. Anybody can listen to that recording, right? See, no judge heard that. Why? Everybody's thinking now she has a claim and she's not stupid because she doesn't have a law degree. He's got 5 attorneys. Seasoned. Not fresh out of law school attorneys. Seasoned. And actually, Josh Burson has access to the entire office of Kim Paxton, the Texas Attorney General. And yet they won't let me in a courtroom. Do you understand what I'm saying here? She's supposed to be in jail, so she can't appeal. You got to throw me in jail? You're that scared of me in a courtroom? Wow, what a bunch of cowards. So then we got this. This is it right here, right? She's supposed to be arrested by Manford on the 17th. On the 18th. Duly noted. You got a guy across the street from me? You're not supposed to know where I live to have a guy across the street from me. To watch me do what? Normal things normal people do? Just like you did in Manford, Charles? Just like you did in Manford? You're doing what I said. I said you're stalking me. Didn't I? Didn't I say that? Isn't that the allegation? So, what do you want me to do? Say I told you so? Is that what you want? What is it that you fucking want? You're not gonna get a date with me. If you wanted a date with a woman, you would do things women like, and you don't. You do everything repulsive and disgusting to women. Every day, all day long. Sit around on your fat, lazy ass perverting around. Well, guess what? Tommy Tuberville, Senator Tommy Tuberville, who left Lubbock without even dignifying you people with a goodbye. He's a United States Senator right now, and he's busy. He's working. Ted Cruz is too, by the way. Isn't that your idol, Senator Cruz? I tell you what, I sat with him at a lunch, and him and his guy described their day. It is insane. He didn't have time to pee. He's very, very busy working. Why can't you do that? And then you'll get the results he has. Instead of sitting around on your fat, lazy ass, perverting around, daydreaming and pretending like a little girl, watching Frozen. You're pathetic. She's supposed to be in jail and not able to appeal. Because we're fucked. We're doing exactly what she says, and she can prove it. And we don't want that. Same with Officer Neely. Point out for me on Officer Neely where he has injuries that look like he was in a fight. I said it months before. It was public. He was drugged. He didn't do it. Sure as shit. It comes out later on the docket. EMS, the emergency personnel, first responder said, we treated him with Narcan. He couldn't breathe. He was dying. 6 days after I filed a vandalism complaint, which we didn't know that was you. We thought it probably was, but we didn't know that for sure. There has to be a police determination. But you obstructed that for the second time. Didn't you? So we're going to point out, this is justiceforsend.com. This is where we have a lot of information. This page here goes through all of that. Point out for me, where are the marks on Officer Neely that look like he was in a fight? Because he wasn't in a fight. What happened that night is somebody came in there. Somebody they thought they could trust. They let him in. They were still in their street clothes, not in their sweats, like Lisa said Mike does when he's going to bed. Put a little something in his drink. He passes out like he starts fighting with you. What'd you give him? That was the yelling. John comes up, Hotel John, checks on him. They don't hear a peep out of Mike, which if he's an angry drunk about to beat somebody to death, you're going to hear him say something. He's going to be yelling. He's not going to be dead quiet. And yet he was. He was already passed out. Because the fight was between Lucky and the offender, the murderer. Wasn't it? And whoever it was standing behind him when he's talking to John, because the guy said he wouldn't open the door more than about 6 inches, just enough to see his face. Earlier, Mike had opened the door wide enough to where you could see Mike and Lucky resting on the bed by the window, he said. I read the whole docket. I read it. I'm concerned for their family. We all are. We're not concerned for you. We're upset about what you've done to them. There's police all over the country. So what if you paid people here in Oklahoma? No one cares. There's cops all over the country. They care. They're pissed. They're not really impressed with TPD either, by the way. They're not. Should have got him on the obstruction, and then Lucky wouldn't be dead. Just so you know, TPD, there are cops all over the United States of America. Charles has done a lot of crimes in a lot of places. They're disappointed. Deeply disappointed. That's a fail. Why did you give my police report right to the offender? It's a domestic violence crime. I didn't get a blood test, and I should have. Mr. Powell didn't preserve it. By physical force, prevented and delayed. reporting of a crime. So we assert the protections of the laws equally. Gender bias is not okay. It's as bad as racism, misogyny. You better cut it the fuck out. I assert my right to domestic violence, protective laws, stalking laws, voyeurism laws, Title 18 of the United States Code 1512 and 1513. When in your life has your crime been caught this much? You're fucking with the wrong people. So what happens is, the guy's standing behind Lucky. Mike's already passed out. He's standing behind him. He's telling him, get rid of Hotel John. As soon as he shuts the door, they kill him. They beat him to death. They throw Mike on top of him and leave, thinking they're both dead or dying. And there's a roaring noise no one can explain for 45 minutes. That's what they were dying. That's what that was. And then they go back up and find Mike on top, pull him off, throw him face first into the floor, bust his nose and his lip. And even the arrest report says he had that. It's a second event. And a red swollen right hand. You cannot beat somebody to death and only have a red swollen right hand, but he had an IV in his hand. So that's why it was red and swollen. I've been through this over and over and over. And you again obstructed justice when a complaint was filed against you. And you think nobody's going to notice? You're off your nut. Cops all over the country are pissed. Why wouldn't they be? Why wouldn't they be, Mr. Perry? When in your lives have you been caught this much? Perjury, fraud, perjury, fraud, lie after lie after lie after lie after lie. When you fucked with me, it's all come out. Somebody's getting it, and they're giving it to me. Who is it? See, that you don't know and you'll never know. It's a need to know. That's why Tulsa police haven't been called. They don't need to know, since they gave my police report right over to you. There goes the trust. Blown. Blew the trust right there. What if I had died? Then I'm going to be, featured on the first 48. Look, our close rate's high. We're shooting fish in a barrel. We get threats and ignore them. And then when somebody ends up dead, we got our TV show episode. Please stop that, TPD. Please stop that. You get a threat in, do something before somebody ends up, a body. Please stop that. I come from 3 generations of law enforcement. I can ask you to please stop that. I'm asserting my equal protection rights under the Constitution, and I shouldn't have to. I just have it. Please stop with the misogyny and the gender bias and the discrimination, and just put a stop to the bad guy in your place, in your little town, because there's crimes all over the country with these people. And my guys are getting it, but they got a bigger crowd. You only have 5. And had you done your job to begin with, there wouldn't be a dead Lucky and an almost dead framed Mike. And I want Mike home to his family. I want him home to his family. Nothing matters to me more than that. I want him home to his family. I can't believe you guys did that to him. We cannot believe you guys did that to him, all of you. That is not how you get a date, you sick son of a bitch. That's how you go to jail, Perry. Were you after a date with a guy? Do you think that if you're getting arrested, you do things that your subconscious mind wants. And if you do everything that repulses women, you don't want women. You keep getting caught. Every time you fuck with me, you guys get caught more than ever in your life. So what is it you want? You want jail? Or you think there's going to be some big sex orgy with guys? Is that what you're after? Well, look at what Cyril Wecht said about Epstein before you start getting all excited about a big sex orgy with guys. I mean, you do what you do. You're trying to get something. What is it? It's not women. So what is your motivation, sir? You have no cover-up, and your crime is more uncovered than ever. It gets more uncovered by the day every time you fuck with me. So what is it you're after? It's not women. Women don't like peeping toms. We don't like being starved and tortured and tormented. We don't like guys like you. So what is it that you want? It seems you like getting caught, because you do the same thing every day that gets you that. It's been that way for 6 years since the McNamara email, and you get up and do it again. And then you get up, and these guys are like, we told you guys, she already knows you're fucking with her family. She's told you over and over and over, stop fucking with my family. And you did it again and you got caught and it blew up. And you always go, why didn't things work out? Well, but she already knew you're fucking with her family. She already knew it. And you said do it anyway. And then it blew up. What'd you expect? See what I'm saying? Nothing makes sense that you do. What are you after? You like getting caught? It seems like you do. Nothing you do makes sense. So I'm going to ask you again to cease and desist all contact with me and all contact with my family. And if you refuse, don't whine and complain when there are consequences to that. There already are. When you're told on you, that means you're being stopped. Now stay the fuck away from my family. Stay the fuck away from my kids. Stay the fuck away from Fabian. Stay the fuck away from me. Stay the fuck away from my car dealer and my bank and whoever else you're calling and getting information illegally. You're caught. Leave us the fuck alone, for God's sake. Perry, I'm not into you. There's no date, there's no romance. You got a delusion problem. You're sitting around on your fat, lazy ass, acting like a little girl watching Frozen, pretending that's your life, and you are pathetic. And I left. You had 4 years to control yourself and not need a cover-up. I only told a few people. Most of them didn't even live in Texas, dumbass. All you had to do is leave me the fuck alone. That's it. And now you got all this, Perry. Years and years and years. She wasn't supposed to be able to appeal. She was supposed to be in jail. That was recorded. That was recorded. So you need to duly note it for your record. That was recorded. You're intending to impede and obstruct my appeal. Okay? We know that. Everyone knows that. It's out there now. All I asked you to do is leave me the fuck alone. Okay? Leave everybody alone. Get your weirdo shit off of us and go work. Go work. You know, Tuberville said, Lubbock is like Iraq. It's like fucking slavery. And I was working with those guys in the athletic department, and they were complaining about it. They complained about it a lot. We can't wait till he finds something else. We hate it here. We hate this town. He's at a recruiting dinner, and he just got up and left. They thought he went to the bathroom. Didn't dignify you with even a goodbye. Just left. And he is in the United States Senate now. Take the hint already. Take the fucking hint already, weirdo. Act like a grown-ass man and go fucking work. And maybe some chick somewhere will want you. It's not going to be me. And maybe you can get it done before they arrest you. Because we're all chomping at the bit for that to happen. We're all chomping at the bit for you to be in jail, because I'll never be broke again. I'll have my privacy back, and I'll have to worry about, you got a witness across the street watching me do normal things normal people do. Stalking is a crime in all 50 states. Get the fuck away from me. Get out of my phone. Get out of my computer. Stay away from my family. When in your life have you been caught in your crime this much? You bother me, that's what happens, and that's all that happens. It's all that's ever happened. We control your leaks. We always have, and we always will. Leave us the fuck alone.
Stop following me!
You won't call the cops.
Stop! I don't! Stop stalking me! Please, I can't live here anymore because you stalked me. That's why I'm here.
Just
leave me alone.
I will. You talk to me for 2 minutes.
No,
I'll leave you alone.
0 minutes. I don't want to ever talk to you again. I don't ever want to hear your voice, you. Please, God bless you, but please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Stop following me.
You won't call the cops.
Stop! I don't! Stop stalking me! Please, I can't live here anymore because you stalked me. That's why I'm here. Leave me alone.
I will. You talk to me for 2 minutes.
No,
I'll leave you alone.
0 minutes. I don't want to ever talk to you again. I don't ever want to hear your voice, you. Please, God bless you, but please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Stop following me.
You won't call the cops.
Stop! I don't! Stop stalking me. Please, I can't live here anymore because you stalked me. That's why I'm here. Leave me alone.
I will. You talk to me for 2 minutes.
No,
I'll leave you alone.
0 minutes. I don't want to ever talk to you again. I don't ever want to hear your voice, you. Please, God bless you, but please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Stop following me.
You won't call the cops.
Stop! I don't! Stop stalking me. Please, I can't live here anymore because you stalked me. That's why I'm here. Leave me alone.
I will. You talk to me for 2 minutes.
No,
I'll leave you alone.
0 minutes.
Like the guy across the street. We got a guy across the street. Like this? You mean you are stalking? Didn't I say leave me the fuck alone? When you bother me, you get caught. Leave me the fuck alone. Point out for me in the arrest report where Officer Neely's injuries were that indicate he was even in a fight. Point him out. Now, leave me the fuck alone. You sick son of a bitch. When you fuck with me, you get told on and caught and told on and caught and told on and caught. And it's embarrassing that we have to say the same thing over and over and over. And you are not getting it. Leave me the fuck alone, weirdo. Leave me alone. When you bother me, when you cause a problem for me, when you cause loss and drama and hardship for me, my guys get pissed off. And boy, how do they go at you. And then we get more and more and more and more. And you act like that's what you're after, because that's all you've gotten. And you'll never get anything but that. When you're in jail, I don't have to live like this anymore. I'll have my privacy back. I'll have my money back. I won't be broke ever again. I won't have people calling my bank and my car dealer and asking, and my family, say this to her, ask her about this, do this. Bunch of whiny little bitch girls. Leave me the fuck alone.
God bless you, but please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Stop following me.
You won't call the cops.
Stop. I don't. Stop stalking me. Please, I can't live here anymore because you stalked me. That's why I moved.
Just talk.
Leave me alone.
I will. You talk to me for...
You see that? The guys that got me this, Perry? You upset somebody. You disturb people with what you do. It makes everybody's knot in his stomach and make him want to throw up. The person that got me this was so disturbed they reported you to the authorities. Perry, the person that gave me this, I'm going to throw her in jail and coerce her and tamper with a witness and a victim. And then you did it, and you been trying to do it ever since. Perry, that person was so sickened by what you said you were going to do, they contacted the authorities and reported you. And that's how I got this. This, they can get me that in jail. They got some power, and you don't have any. We control your leaks, not you. This, when you want to know who told, you're against power that can get that, and everything in between. Mike was drugged. I said it before anybody else said it. He was given Narcan. It wasn't tested until after the Narcan had already changed the chemical composition of its body. 2 of us didn't get a blood test because you destroyed the evidence, and that is evidence, bitch. Dragon slaying going on today. You're fucking with the wrong people. People that can get me that. Boo depicts the fear you cause. Sadness, on the other side, people don't like feeling scared and sad, do they? So it's not hard to get information. You're the butt-in. You're like Connie Curry butt-in, wannabe. Never the wanted one. Fabian's name is on this puzzle, not yours. It's not some random guy's name, and I didn't get it at some random time. I got it when you caused the worst nightmare of my life. They got me that to let me know. We allowed this to happen, but you're going to be okay. Charles, you're a rejected fail every fucking day. Success is when you move on and you have a person that likes you, and you don't have that. You don't even have a cover-up. When in your lives has your crime been this uncovered? This out there? Who's getting that information from you to me? They can do that. They're pretty fucking powerful, aren't they? Right up under your nose. We control your leaks. You don't control that. Never have, never will. I'm not told who that is. Wouldn't help you if I was. I have zero motivation to do that. Because you're a monster. You make everybody feel every feeling and every emotion. We hate feelings, stress, anxiety. Sick at our stomach. And you're being stopped. Every time we quote you, that's what that is. You got a witness across the street? Fine, what do you want me to do? Wave at him? I told you so. The allegations are stalking. That is a felony. And you're caught. All you had to do is leave me the fuck alone, weirdo. You're a fucking weirdo. That's it. That's all you are. You call my family again, David, I promise you'll wish you hadn't done that. Leave them the fuck alone. Call my car dealer one more time. Call my bank one more time. Fuck with my Uber Eats app one more time. I dare ya. I dare ya. Impede the appeal. I dare ya. I mean, how stupid can you be? It's the same thing every day. Same results. We do the same thing, we get fucked. 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 How many times you gotta do that before you get out of our lives? Huh? Doesn't get any dumber. It's embarrassing. You're embarrassed, but you for sure embarrass me. I can't imagine anybody that wouldn't be at this point. Leave me the fuck alone, weirdo. You're a bizarre bore. You have to be smart to ride this ride, and you gotta be normal, and you can't do either one. 10 years, you're a rejected fail. It doesn't get any more pathetic than that.
I don't want to hear your voice, you. Please, God bless you, but please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Please stop following me.
You won't call the cops.
Stop! I don't. Stop stalking me. Please, I can't live here anymore because you stalked me. That's why I'm here.
Just talk.
Leave me alone.
I will. You talk to me for 2 minutes.
No,
I'll leave you alone.
0 minutes. I don't want to ever talk to you. I
What
don't ever
happens?
want to hear your voice, you. Leave me alone.
All you want.
I don't want proof of this. Please leave me alone.
Hey men, leave women the fuck alone. When they're in public, when they're doing anything, you don't have the right to their attention. You don't have the right to step into their personal space. You don't have the right to them. Especially if they're making it very clear they don't want to be talked to. But even when they're not, unless a woman is giving you enthusiastic and continuous body language and signs that she wants to talk to your ugly dumb ass, then leave her the fuck alone. Find a date a different way. Okay? It's not clever. It's not cool. It's not cute. It's garbage. It's absolute garbage behavior. And you're a garbage person if you do it. I don't care if it's in public. It doesn't fucking matter. You don't have the right to her. And you need to leave her alone. And this is Bacon.